Hi everybody, Kyle with Hughes Realty. I'm with Chris Tanner from Cap5 Lending. Today we're going to talk about what you need to know about VA loans. There's so much out there. I've had so many clients, they want to go with the big box stores because they feel like there's just that affiliation with them. And quite frankly, in my experience, I found the rates to be worse, the service to be horrendous. So Chris, talk a little bit about why somebody would go with you versus the big box store lender.
If you're at a big box lender, a lot of times you were just a number in a stack of paperwork or documents. Whereas if you're with a smaller company like we are here at Cap5, you are a name and a face. We want to know you. We want to meet with you. We want to have a relationship with the clients that we work with the realtors. And overall, it's being there for you along the way. Whether it's 9 o'clock at night and you want to text us and ask a question because you have some concern that pops up about the home, or something unusual comes up, or you're just confused about something, or you don't understand one of the documents you're signing. A lot of those big box lenders or retail outlets are not going to have that personalized service that I'll be able to provide.
I had one client and they had 18 calls out to a lender, a big box store lender. They did not call them back 18 times. That's ridiculous. But I think with the marketing and everything like that, they think, oh, it's a better deal, this and that. But communication's such a vital thing on that.
One of the things that a lot of times, unfortunately, is missed with a lot of those big box stores is they're not asking all the right questions. And one of the important questions that I want to make sure I ask is, are you a veteran? And that's so important because veterans have a lot of amazing benefits available to them. A VA loan is really one of the best loans that you can get if you're eligible for it. And a VA loan is going to have extremely low interest rates compared to a lot of the other loan options out there. You're not going to have your monthly mortgage insurance, and you can literally put 0% down. That doesn't mean that you won't come to the table with absolutely nothing, because you do have to pay some things like property taxes and homeowners insurance and some other items up front. But I've definitely had some veterans that I've worked with in the past that have gotten money back at closing table and spent
that's
very, very little money on the purchase of a home because the benefits are just so amazing for those individuals that have served our country.
Wow.
So asking that question is really important because unfortunately a lot of people that do qualify for this loan may end up in a loan that doesn't fit their needs quite as well just because that question wasn't asked.
Wow. So talk a little bit too, because I've had a lot of buyers that are confused. They're kind of scared to go with like a non, huge box store lender because they feel like the service is going to be better.
I think one of the reasons, and this is me just speculating, is that people, if they're having someone deal with their finances, like if I'm going to give you my tax returns and my bank statements, I want to make sure that I'm not just giving it to some random guy off the street. Like, I want to know that I'm giving my personal financial information to someone who has a reputation. But all our communication, our documents, it's going to show our license number, and we do have to follow these guidelines. And if we're not following these guidelines for the security of their information, then I'm not going to have a job. So that's extremely important to make sure that we follow those.
But it's weird because like the clients that I've worked with, it's almost like they're like, don't think anybody can do a VA loan besides, Veterans United.
Just because they specialize in it doesn't mean that we can't also be really good at it
and
too.
I think that's the key point.
I would just say, if you are a veteran, definitely reach out to your lender, and maybe there's an opportunity to refinance because rates fluctuate if you've had a home for a while. A VA refinance is extremely easy to do and requires really almost no documentation at all.
Well, thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Again, Kyle with Hughes Realty, Chris Tanner with Cap5 Lending. If you guys have questions or more in detailed questions, feel free to reach out to us and be happy to help you guys out. Thank you.
Thank you.